very cool.
Nice.
Daniel, you've made a lot of money. Is there anything that do you have an expensive hobby or anything like that? Are you into you collect cars? That's why this is interesting, because like, and I thought there might be like an interesting thing there where like your job is to gamble away vast sums of money. So is there anything else that's sort of an expensive, like, do you collect motorcycles? Do you have a huge collection of samurai swords? Like
yeah, right.
Heroin.
I would say my favorite way to spend time or money is gambling for like crazy amounts of money on the golf course. And the other thing that I spend money on, I guess, would be like, honestly, hockey tickets. I have 16 season tickets to the Golden Knights. 4 that I use, and then I have 12 up top that I donate to friends and family or whatever.
What are you doing? Laying down?
Yeah, no, I just, you know.
Just take 4. I don't like people sitting near me.
But I don't. I mean, I have a Tesla. I bought my wife a Tesla, but we're not extravagant kind of people. I wear an Apple Watch because it makes sense. It's practical and does way more shit than people who spend $100,000 on a watch that does nothing but like tell bad time. So I'm pretty logical and practical when it comes to stuff like that.
I'm so out of it. I thought the Apple Watch was initially a brag. Like, I've got a $500.
Yeah, check this
out. I've got an Apple Watch. I've got a career earning of over $40 million. But what I'm really proud of is this little bad boy.
You don't see
$219.
I don't have a
Hamilton. How many calories I burn? Yeah.
Have you ever done one of those events where they they put you on a heart monitor?
Yep. I was they actually called me the Ice King. It was in 2003 where I was playing poker and I had the exact same hand as Mike Matusow. His heart rate was 172 sitting down.
Oh God.
Okay.
Did he die?
Mine stayed at,
can I just interject and say
mine stayed at 72 the whole time, despite
Mike Matusow is not a picture of physical health.
No, he was like all hopped up on Red Bull, caffeine, Adderall, you name it. And he's like in the middle of the hand, all engaged, and I was just chill. Yeah.
Dude, if you're at 172 sitting down,
could you imagine?
You're knocking on death's door. Like that's really,
it's pretty outrageous. They show it just going tick, 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 and you're like, okay,
yeah, what is that?
We might need to call a doctor here. This is not normal.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's the most thrilling thing that he does, right? Is having a good hand or maybe a bad hand and he's gloving.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Yeah, I've definitely I've never like worn a heart rate monitor when I did it, but I definitely like I've felt my heart just dip, 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 and just thinking like, I wonder if anybody can see this.
Yes,
can they hear it? Because it's just it's pounding in my ears. That's what makes poker so great, or any game that can get that reaction out of you. Is something I love, but I guess you don't get that. It sounds like
I'm not like, I mean, I get it occasionally in big tournaments, but you guys were talking about jumping out of a plane and how awesome that is. That sounds just fucking stupid to me. Like, it's just like, I get how some people get adrenaline rush, but like, oh, let me just do this thing where I could die a horrifyingly scary death for a few thrills. Like, it doesn't do it for me. The idea of bungee jumping, silly. Like, I don't get thrills that way. Having a putt for a big number of money, like a big amount of money where it's all on me, that's where I get my thrills. Definitely not jumping out of planes and all that other crazy stuff.
Yeah. Do you ever get to play with any famous guys playing poker? I know Jordan is a notorious golf gambler.
Oh yeah, I mean, I've played poker and golf with some different. I played with some guys in the pro tour, Scott Piercy and whatnot. But as far as poker, like a lot of big celebrities, Ben Affleck, Tobey Maguire, they were kind of like into it before everyone, when it was really hot and really cool. Maybe tapered off a little bit or playing in private games. And I played like with Leonardo DiCaprio and all those guys back in the day.
Do you ever sandbag for golf betting? It seemed like that'd be the strategy.
Everyone does. Everyone does. Like, except me. I was the only person in the in the poker community that had a handicap. Everyone else says, "Oh, I shoot about bogey," and then you play with them, and all of a sudden, like, "Oh, wow, 75. You just had a good round, huh?" Like, I played 4 days in a row with a guy who said, "Well, I just had the round of my life." It's pretty. It's pretty convenient that like every time I play someone, they have the round of their life.
I've never gotten into golf.
Boys,